All right, everybody. This is I'm Chip Taylor, also known as James Wesley Voigt, and we are in the Voigt household here in lockdown. This is where my wife and I are staying during all this period of lockdown, and it's a very comfortable place, and it's got a lot of memories to me here. So I'm glad to be here with my great friends, and we're presenting the Dad and the Monkey album, which is just about released, or maybe it's been released when you see this, but. It's a brand new album. It was done just before the COVID time, and I locked myself away with Tony Mercadante right here. We got in our little studio in Westchester, the Trainwreck Records studio, and made some tracks and worked a little bit with Huck Bennett on overdubbing a little piano, and then the star. I mean, one of my favorite people of all time in this music business, my friend John Platania. We sent the tracks to John, and John overdubbed on them, and whatever he wanted to do. And I didn't change a note. So here we are. We did send them to our friend Joran Green to add a couple of little things to it. So hi Joran, and you're part of this too. But here we go. So it's called Dad and the Monkey. And I have to tell you about my dad, because if I played the song for you, you're going to think he did something wrong or he's a bad guy or something. My father was a wonderful guy. And we had a great, my brothers, Barry is the volcanologist, John the actor. And we're 1 year apart on the baby. And we grew up with Dad and Mom being the kindest people. And Dad was a poor kid from Yonkers who hopped the fence of a golf course when he was a kid, got to caddy, and then a kind member gave him a couple of clubs, and he got to be a great golfer. And then he hurt his back, so he couldn't stay on the tour, and he was a club pro all those years with a day off on Monday, and that Monday was spent with his boys every single minute. He got us out of school early, told them, he had a very good sense of humor, Dad. He told the principal it was a Czechoslovakian holy day. The boys had to be out early, so we were out early. And we went to hot dog stands, we went to the train station, we went to movies, every Monday. And Mom was there, my mom Barbara just supported my crazy father in every way. I love my mom. And so one of the places we went to one day, and it starts the episode here of Dad and the Monkey, we went to the zoo. And that was a nice thing for a father to do for kids. That was great. We did a lot of nice things. And then all of a sudden we were at the place where the monkeys were. And Dad had, like I mentioned, loved to show off for his boys. Oh, he used to tell us stories and everything. He said to us, okay, boys, here we're at the monkey cage. Boys, I want you to watch this. We had some peanuts. He took a peanut out in his hand like this. Watch this now. Walked up to the monkey cage, put it up at the side. Monkey jumped up on the fence, looked at the peanut, took it from my father, sat down on the floor, opened it up, looked at my father, put the peanut in his mouth. He loved it. Loved my father. Jumped back up on the cage. Dad said, okay, boys, watch. Took a peanut, handed it to him again. Monkey took it, sat down on the floor, ate it. Happiest monkey you could imagine. Then Dad said, boys, gather around me here. Now watch this very closely. He took the peanut shell, opened it up, took the peanut out, threw the peanut on the floor. And went up to the cage, put the peanut shell together, went up to the cage, handed it to the monkey. The monkey came and took it, looked at Dad, sat on the floor. Looked at my dad, smiled, opened the shell up. There was no peanut in it. This monkey got so mad at my father, and my brothers were laughing like hell. And me, I was not. Hence, I wrote this song about it. All right, here we go. The monkey jumped up on the fence. He took a peanut from my dad. It was just a shell. He got mad as hell. Dad was just playing with him. I felt bad for that monkey. I always felt bad for that monkey. Okay, boy. Monkey just sat on the floor. He looked at the four of us, didn't want no more of us. He didn't want to be fooled again. Didn't want to be played with. I felt bad for that monkey. I always felt bad for that monkey. Felt like throwing him a real one to make him my friend, but it didn't. And so the story ends. It doesn't really end. I was just kidding about that. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Be friends with the monkey. Be friends with the dog. Be friends with the horses and a little bitty frog. Be friends with the birds and the trees. Be friends with the monkey. John Platania. Just in case some kids just walk by and they don't know what's going on, I'm going to tell them the story a little clearer. The monkey, he jumped up on the fence and he took a peanut from my father, but it was just a shell. Dad had taken the peanut and thrown it away. He got mad as hell. I felt bad for that monkey. I always felt bad for that monkey. Let's do the chorus, boys. Sing along, boys and girls, if you're ready. 2, 3, 4. Be friends with the monkey. Be friends with the dog. Be friends with the horses and a little bitty frog. Be friends with the birds and the trees. Be friends with the monkey. John Platania. Be friends with the birds and trees. Be friends with the monkeys. One more time. Be friends with the birds and the trees. Be friends with the monkeys. All right. Be friends with the monkeys. Dad and the monkey. The second song from this album is I have a thing that's out now. It's called the Church of the Trainwreck Podcast, and it's something I had years ago, and we revisited it now. And in each episode, it talks about a little human interest thing, something that might show you the nice side of human beings. And this one episode, it takes me. You'll see. I'm in Grand Central Station. It's pouring rain. And there was not a cab to be found. So no big deal. I had an umbrella. And I started walking up the street. I was on 53rd Street. I'm heading up to my apartment on 54th Street. And it's raining pretty hard, but I've got the umbrella. I walk across the street. I'm heading up 3rd Avenue. All of a sudden, I noticed a lady in front of me, and she was hobbling. Really, she was having a tough time, but she was about 30 yards in front of me. She had a bandana on her, an older black woman. I say older. She certainly probably was not older than me, John. You know. But anyway, she was struggling, and I said, "Oh, I have to catch up with her and help her." I didn't know how I was going to do that. As I got closer, I decided I would give her the umbrella. What do I need an umbrella? I can get wet, but that lady could use the umbrella. So just as I got on 46th Street, I just about caught up to her, and I'm heading straight and I thought she was heading straight to go to my apartment. She made a right-hand turn. So she made the right turn. I said, oh, well, I'm going straight. So I'm sorry about that, but I started to go straight. I got about 30 or 40 yards in, and I said, what am I doing? How unkind is that? Go back there and give her the damn umbrella. So I made the decision. I turned around now with a good energy, doing something that would make me feel good. Went back to the corner, ran up the street. She was about 20, 30 yards ahead of me. I ran, caught up to her. And just as I caught up to her, she turned left, went into a building. And she was safe. I watched her go in, and it was someplace she knew. I think it was a schoolhouse or something, but it seemed like she was part of it. And she was safe. And I turned around, and I don't know if I said this to you, but there was no cabs to be found. I hadn't seen one taxi yet all the way. And I turned around, the cab stopped, somebody jumped out of the cab. Right there in front of me, just where the lady had turned. So I got in the cab, and I was thinking, the good Lord sent me that cab. The good Lord sent me that cab because he was happy with what I did. But then I got in the cab, and he said, but he's giving me a warning. Don't take so long next time. So, this is this story about that woman is hidden in this song someplace. That's where I write. I never know. This is not about that episode, but the feeling is certainly there. Whatever makes a mountain tall, whatever makes a human fall, whatever makes a rainbow in an unsuspecting sky, whatever makes a heartbreak start. At times humans have no heart. As I recall, we never said goodbye. Lonely clouds bring raindrops down, falling down all over town. It's hard to miss that lonely sound, the crying in the rain. Chase her down, give your umbrella. You'll be one wet, happy fella. Whatever makes the sun come shining in. It is the good side of the good side of us all. Just remember to remember when you fall. John Platania. Take a deep breath. Take a look. Do you believe that's all it took to heal the aching heart behind some lonely human eyes? And did you catch just what I saw? She glanced back, then stood tall. Some breath of spring remembered in your smile. It is the good side of the good side of us all. Just remember to remember when you fall. All right. Whatever Makes from Dad and the Monkey, featuring John Platania, Tony Mercadante. Doing the sound is my great friend Huck Bennett, who did the sound for the original Kerry Rodriguez record, Chip Taylor and Kerry Rodriguez, and has been with me ever since. And Tom Hayes done wonderful things. We won an award together in a video we did in Whiskey Salesman. Okay. Next song for this, and if some of you know, you're seeing me play piano, and you've never seen my shows, never have seen me play piano, and I don't really. I'm just learning it through the lockdown. So I'm going to try some of these. Thank you, John. I like this next song. It's a little prayer for myself. Oh my God, help me now. Help me find my way somehow. Just wanna be an okay guy. Okay for her, okay for them. Help me, don't let me sink. Help me swim. Just wanna be an okay guy. Just let me walk with a bunch of friends round this crazy world and back home again. Let me talk the talk as the days go by with a common sense of an okay guy. We're gonna go with the instrumental, John. Here we go. 3, 4. We'll do the instrumental one more time. 2, 3, 4. Just wanna be an okay guy. This road is hard, boys. Sometimes it's not fair. It's all uphill. If she's not there, just wanna be an okay guy. Just let me be an okay guy. All right, okay guy. Great John Platania, Tony Mercadante, Tom Hayes on the lighting, Huck Bennett on the sound. Tom Hayes walking behind me when he's not supposed to walk behind me, throwing my direction off. Okay, yeah. Okay. All right. This next song. I like this song quite a bit. It takes me back to the '70s. Now, for many of you know, I wrote some hit songs in the '60s. I was actually I was right in this place where you're looking at right now. As I started my career trying to be in the music business, running to the city to try to sell songs. And I love country music, even though there was no country music being played in New York. I heard it on the Motorola radio in my father and mother's house in a little apartment, and my life was changed. So I love country music and started writing country songs for my band. And Chet Atkins heard one of my songs, and Chet was not only the great guitar player, but Chet was also the A&R head of RCA Victor Records. And he wrote a note to the publisher, said, "I'm recording that song. I have no idea who Chip Taylor is, and it is very hard for me to believe he's from New York. But wherever he's from, I want to hear every song he writes." And that was it for me. He recorded, it got me in the business. He recorded songs with John Loudermilk III, Eddie Arnold, the Brown Family, and later I had a hit with Bobby Bear and Waylon Jennings. And I was in the business as a country writer. Then I wrote some big hits, pop hits, rhythm and blues hits. Then I wanted to go out and make music by myself, and it was the '70s. And I put an album out, and John played on the album. It was Last Chance. And it was the most wonderful period of time for country music, because it was when Willie and Waylon had just left the fold of country music and were starting the outlaw country thing, the renegade country thing. And in amongst the mix, there was only a couple of stations in the United States playing that music, Coke FM, and then that was in Austin, Texas, and in Santa Cruz there was KFAT. And our album, Last Chance, was getting a lot of play in that station. It was the same time that Chris Christopherson was on the scene, same time that John Prine was on the scene. All these people that were not doing cookie-cutter music, they were singing from the heart. And they were the outsiders. We were all the outsiders. And when they came to town, I became friends with Chris and his band, Donnie Fritz and Billy Swan, and friends with John Prine and Steve Goodman, and it was just a wonderful period of time, a wonderful bunch of people to be with, and very inspiring for me. So I wrote this song in memory of them and stuff like that. So it just starts around where I asked my friend Tony and my other friends, anybody in the room, to be in this with me a little bit. And so if I ask you, how are you, to make sure you tell me how you are and be polite to me, Ask me how I'm doing, You could do it too, Huck, if you felt like. So, how are you?
Doing good.
Yeah, great, Chip.
How about you?
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking.
How about you?
Thanks for asking. How's the family? Oh, I didn't tell you one of the other things. I will do that again. The places, John, you remember we used to play in throughout the '70s. We had a little hangout. We used to play at a place called JP's on the east side of New York. We used to play Old Lunny's, a country bar. And that's where John Prine would join me on stage. And the other place, Steve Goodman would be there with John. And Chris Christopherson was playing the bottom line, Come Over to the House. Here we go. How are you?
Doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. How are you?
Oh, thanks for asking. How's the family? How's the family? Some are fine. Some are gone. Seems a long, long way from here. We've had some good times, like a good old wine. Sang some old songs. I wrote some sad lines. Those days you lived them, like you sang them. Seems a a long, long way from here. JP's, 76th and 1st Avenue, Old Unease. Chris and Steve, like the Easter Bunny. Chris Christopherson, Steve Goodman. Those days you lived them like you sang them. Seems a long, long way from here. John? To the 5 chord, JP's, Old Lunny's, 2nd floor. John Prine and my friend Donnie Fritz, that is. Those days you lived them like you sang them. Seems a long, long way from here. How you doing?
Doing good.
Well, thanks for asking. But don't it seem a long, long way? You know, I'm just thinking about all the people who are watching this show, maybe my fans from a while ago, who I'm sure are John Prine fans, and if they're fans of mine and fans of Chris's, and all the people that did music from the heart, and stuff you felt that changed your life, made a difference for you. I think about Chris and John, they changed my life in a good way. So that's this song is really for them. Those days you lived them like you sang them. Seems a long, long way from here. Yeah. Thank you, boys. Thanks for the good wishes.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. Okay. Let me go back to guitar for this one here. I like this thing too. This is another. We're doing all songs from Dad and the Monkey. It's really one of my favorite albums, and got my favorite people: Tony Mercadante playing bass, John Platania. Joran Greeny helped out a little bit. Just a little bit, though, Joran. Joran's great. Okay. And this is a period of time when John Platania and Joran Greeny, John Platania and I, and my wife Joan, we flew over to the UK and joined Joran Greeny, and we had a wonderful tour. And the only thing better could be if Tony Mercadante was able to be with us. That would be great. But this was a wonderful tour. But this is a little sketch about what happened on that tour, and particularly the beginning of that tour. Lucky guy. Lucky guy. Look at me. Can't you see I'm a lucky guy? Right, Tony? How can anybody be so lucky as I? Lucky guy. Well, we was flying to the UK. Everything was okay. okay. Till we landed, we skidded off the runway when we hit the ground. Though the pilot got it under control, that landing had taken its toll. The overheads began to rock and roll. There was 7 overhead doors flung open. Luggage slammed against them, none hit the ground. When the one above me flung open, a heavy carry-on, well, it came crashing down. And that carry-on, okay, now picture this. 7 overhead doors flew open. Luggage slammed against them. One door flew open, and that carry-on flew down and hit one person out of 327 people on that plane. Hit one person square in the head. Guess who? Yeah. Right, it was me. Now, my wife, Joan, was sitting next to me, and she said, first instinct was, did it break your glasses? I checked them. I said, no, I don't think so. No. And she said, did it break your nose? Actually, I thought it had. I checked it a little more. I said, no, it didn't. Well, she said, look at here. After this entire episode, all you have got to show for it is those 2 black eyes. You lucky guy. Thank you, John. Lucky guy, lucky guy, lucky guy. Look at me, can't you see I'm a lucky guy? How can anybody be so lucky as I? Lucky guy. Here we go, John. John Platania. To the 5, Joan said, did it break your glasses? I said, no, it did not break my glasses. She said, did it break your nose? I said, no, it didn't break my nose. She said, well, then look at you. With those 2 black eyes, you lucky guy. Lucky guy. Lucky guy. Lucky guy. Look at me, can't you see I'm a lucky guy? Ain't nobody be so lucky as I. Lucky. I'm just looking up here because I think Joan was walking by. She walked. See if she's in the kitchen. Get her down here. Oh, she went upstairs. I'll sing it one more time for Joan. Joan said, did it break your glasses? I said, no, it did not break my. She said, now, did it break your nose? I said, no, Joan, no, Joan, no. Well, then look at you with those 2 black eyes, you lucky guy. Lucky guy. Sing it with you, lucky guy. Lucky guy, lucky guy, lucky guy. Look at me, can't you see I'm a lucky guy? How can anybody be so lucky as I? Lucky guy. How can anybody be so lucky as I? Lucky guy. The great John Platania. Yeah. Okay. Well, Joan came down for a second. I saw her, and then she went right back upstairs.
She got scared.
Oh. Okay. Well, we are at home here. Things can happen. Okay, one of the nice things when I did this album, when we did this album, and sent the tracks to John to do some overdub on it, and I mentioned he picked a whole bunch of songs, most of this album, the songs, and he played on them, and And again, I didn't change one note. I was remember the night I heard what John had done, and I was so it just gave me chills. And there was nothing like I felt like didn't. It wasn't part. It was just right. So, but he also sent a note. He said, "Oh boy, I really loved that song, Rockin' Chair." Okay, now you would think that John played on all these songs. You would have think that one of the ones he played on was Rockin' Chair because he loved it so much. He singled it out as the one he loved.
That's why I
But
liked it.
so it goes to show you what kind of this is really this is the difference between real soulful people and I mean this isn't one most of us would not think like that, but and I certainly me. But look here he is saying he loved playing on the album, and you can tell it because he played so beautifully on the album. But here he is calling attention to one song that he said, "Oh, I absolutely love this song," and he didn't play it. He liked it just the way it was. But now he's got to play it a little bit. Close your eyes, try to rest with a good, bad, best of you, with the rest of you, the all of you, the soft and the small of you, in my bed, your body in mine, like an old rocking chair. And we'll drift off in time to the places you've been running to, where I've been singing those songs for you. Now the sweet dreams are showing through in my bed, your body and mine, like an old rocking chair. And if a tear falls down, let it fall from the heart of you. Let it cure every part of you as it falls on my chest. In my bed, your body and mine, like an old rocking chair. John, why don't you play a little on the verse? Let's go to the bridge again, boys. And if a tear falls down, let it fall from the heart of you. Let it cure every part of you as it falls on my chest. In my bed, your body and mine, like an old rocking chair. Like an old rocking chair. Ooh, like an old rocking chair. Ooh, thank you for saying nice things about that, John. And I'd call attention to the great Tony Mercadante. We did that at the Trainwreck Studios in a couple of takes. One of the great things about Tony and his whole album, he's kind of an unsung hero, John. You know, a lot of times when Tony and I are working on these things, you know, and we just do guitar voices at the studio, and I'll do one take, and then I'll maybe do another quick take, and I'll come out, and Tony will say, "I really like what you did over here," you know. So it's almost like he's picking the parts of the songs, and you know, it happened with a lot of things that he picks the parts. Okay. Going to this song is, I just remember writing this in the middle of a group of songs that I wrote for this album, and it's a very sad song, and it wrote itself so fast. There'll be other days like this, don't you think? There'll be other songs to sing, and drinks to drink, and eyes to cry, and lips to laugh about these often silly things that will soon become your past. There'll be other sad goodbyes, I suppose. Why should this one be more special than any one of those? Come on, come on, get a grip. You can turn two hearts into one from any chair you sit. It don't work that way. It is what it is. If it's not what you want it to be, then most likely it could never be what you want it to be. There'll be other days like this, don't you think? There'll be other songs to sing, and drinks to drink, and eyes to cry, and lips to laugh about these often silly things that will soon become your past. You'll be okay. Now on the album, my friend Euron Greeny, our friend Euron Greeny, put some beautiful strings on that. So, all right. This, I don't know if I should play piano on this, but we'll try. I don't like being without you. Okay, now we're going to start the song. We'll give 4 to the 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love you, and yes I do, and I love you right now. And where you are, do you feel the warm breeze of my love coming to town? And nothing about you's changed, only me. And I don't like this being without you. That don't seem to work anymore. Rub 2 nickels, get a quarter. What was I thinking before? And nothing about you has changed. Only me. I'm not worth 5 cents to myself without you by my side. My heart is worth $1,000,000 if you would just be my bride. 'Cause I love you, and yes, it's true, and I love you right now. And where you are, do you feel the breeze of my warm love coming to town? And nothing about you has changed. Only me. John? And nothing about you's changed. Only me. No, nothing about you has changed. Only me. All right, rub 2 nickels. Where do we go from here? Oh, okay, boys, I think I'll do this one, and you guys want to join me on the bridge? This is One More Night with Shadows. You can join me wherever you want. The reason I said that because I'm not quite sure how I'm going to play it. One more night with shadows, shadows on the wall. One more night without you, loving arms. And shadows, they can't lift me up, catch me when I fall. They're just there, and I am here. That's all. But I can talk to shadows and make believe they're you. And if you want to know the truth, that's what I do. And shadows make a form sometimes. Sometimes it's so true. There you are. The real you. Oh no, don't let me go there. One more night without sleeping, keeping track of the dances in my mind. In dreams, just lay beside me, put your head on my shoulder, let me lay there in your arms just one more time. One more night with shadows, shadows on the wall. One more night without your loving arms. And shadows, they can't lift me up, help me when I fall. They're just there, and I am here, that's all. All right, one more night with shadows. Okay, another prayer coming up, promises to God. All from Dad and the Monkey album. I like it a lot. I like it so lived in with my friends, Tony and John. Everyone makes promises to God. Everyone breaks promises to God. Humans all are weak and promises hard to keep. And everyone makes promises to God. Don't hang up on him for heaven's sake. He forgives the promises that you break. And you don't have to beg him, please. Just get down upon your knees. God forgives the promises you break. There's a new day coming. Are you ready? Will you stand up and be counted for what you pray? I've a new heart, new soul. It is cleaner now, so much cleaner now. Need your helping hand, so I won't sin again. I won't sin again. I won't sin again. I won't sin again. Everyone makes promises to God. Everyone breaks promises to God. Humans all are weak and promises hard to keep. Everyone makes promises to God. And everyone breaks promises to God. I have a new heart, new soul. It is cleaner now, so much cleaner now. Need your helping hand, so I won't sin again. I won't sin again. I will not sin again. Remind me a little bit, because I just went off there and didn't know where I was going.
Cowboy music.
It reminded, I didn't do cowboy music yet? Oh, we have to do that. Okay, sorry. But that reminded me of when I was doing that song. It reminded me of Billy Joe Shaver when I saw him one time, that he just went off one time. And it was great. I mean, he just got out there someplace, and I didn't, we had not planned to do that song that way. And the Lord took us on a path. Okay, John is reminding me that we didn't do cowboy music, and that's one of my favorite things in the world. Somehow my pages got stuck together, John. Okay. Well, I can't say no, no. No, I can't say no, no. That I wish I didn't do what I did, what I done back a while ago, a long time ago, back in the day ago. Yodelay, there was cowboy music and wild, wild horses. It was wild ones, fast ones, running out of gas ones, winning lots of cash ones. There were lots of them ones. Yodelay, it was cowboy music and wild, wild horses. We're gonna go to the forecourt and hold it, boys. And Joni was in there all the time. 50s, 60s, hanging on the line. She's still there if you wanna know the truth, 'cause I gave her my love and a baby Ruth. Now, most people would wonder what I'm talking about. I gave her my love and a baby Ruth. Maybe some people wouldn't. I know Tony and John talked about this the other day. It's A Rose and a Baby Ruth was a song by a guy named George Hamilton IV. And when Joan and I was telling Huck that when I met Joan when I was 13 years old, and I was crazy about her. We were both 13, and we were dating. And I guess it was 1956 or 7. George Hamilton IV had this song out, "Rose and a Baby Ruth," and it became our song. So, give you a little. And it was one of my favorite records because it was done in a simple manner. It wasn't like. And the coolest records of the time were being done in simple manners and little, like Buddy Holly in the Garage and stuff like that. And George Hamilton IV did this little record, "Rose and the Baby Ruth," and University of North Carolina station. I guess a little room like this or something. I think they had a spring echo or something like that. So it sounded so cool. We had a quarrel, a teenage quarrel. Now I'm as blue as I know how to be. I should have bought you an orchid of some kind. That's all I had in my jeans at the time. So I'm sending you this present just to prove I was telling the truth. I'll kiss you too, then I'll hand you this rose and a baby Ruth. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Something like that. I love that. But I can't say no, no. Get ready, John. Whoa, I can't say no, no. Here comes John Platania. It was cowboy music and wild, wild horses. It was cowboy music and wild, wild horses. Okay, let's slow it down here. Now, cowboy music back in the days, in the 50s, it was great to hear it from Wheeling, West Virginia on the radio. But one of the things that was prevalent at the time was in the movie theaters and on the radio. And you could hear the Lone Ranger on the radio, but you could go see, for 25 cents on Saturday and maybe a nickel bus ride, you could go see cowboy movies. And you'd get a double feature. And the two stars were Gene Autry and the Lone Ranger. And it was great. And the interesting thing is that those movies, they had music in them. Gene Autry had, Back in the Saddle again, and he did lots. There was lots of singing in the movie, and same with Roy Rogers. And Roy Rogers had this group, the Sons of the Pioneers, and it influenced a lot of people. And it didn't just influence white people; it influenced a lot of black artists, and they were same age as me, or just a little older, or a little younger, and like. Earl Speedoo Carroll, the Cadillac, said that was his favorite thing to do, is to go to. He was a fan of the Sons of the Pioneers and Hank Ballard and the Midnighters. So it was wonderful. It was just cool music. And the thing I listened to the other day, and we all listened to it, it's such a cool little song. The Sons of the Pioneers that represented Roy Rogers' movie. They had a song called went like this, and a big string orchestration, but it was just a simple little song. And the guy who wrote it was Bob Dolan, and he was a caddy in the 30s, and he got into the music business in the 40s, writing a couple of these songs. He was a founding member of the Sons of the Pioneers. And he wrote this: see them tumbling down, pledging their love to the ground. Lonely but free I'll be found, drifting along with a tumble and tumbleweed. Second verse goes, and cares of the past are behind. Nowhere to go but I'll find just where the trail will wind, and drifting along to the tumble and tumbleweed. So that was really nice. People don't get credit. So Bob Dolan wrote that song. He was part of the Sons of the Pioneers. He also wrote Cool Water, which was one of the coolest songs of that period of time. I don't know what happened to him after that, but congratulations to him, and thanks for the great music. And let's go back to what this all stood for. And I can't say no. No, I can't say no, no. That I wish I didn't do what I did, what I done back a while ago, long time ago, back in the day ago. Yodelay-o, it was cookie cowboy music and wild, wild horses. Again, it was cookie cowboy music and wild, wild horses. One more time, it was cookie cowboy music and wild, wild horses. Thank you, John, for asking for that. I almost forgot it. All right. Okay, where were we? I think the last song on the album, the song I wrote for Joan. If I can find it. Oh, where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, Joan's still upstairs, I guess, trying to stay out of the way. Okay, we've been listening to songs from Dad and the Monkey, and here's the final song from Dad and the Monkey.
B.
B. Thank you, John. Good catch. Okay, this is the final song from Dad and the Monkey. For my wife, Joan. It's good to love somebody like I'm loving you. It's good to need somebody like I do need you. It's good to love somebody. It makes a day worthwhile. Hey, Joan, somebody, now won't you give me just a little smile? It's good to see you smiling anytime at all. And you got such good timing. Don't you catch me when I fall. It's good to see you smiling. It makes a day worthwhile. Hey, Joan, somebody, come on, come on, come on, come on, give me that little smile. John. Tony Mercadante. Tony, play something. Hey, Joe, somebody. Yes. We're going to go to the bridge, boys. We're going to go to the 5-chord. A mile and a half to your house. And didn't I go there all the time to yodel in the street and hope we'd get to meet? And didn't it work out fine? Oh yeah, yeah. Good to love somebody like I'm loving you. It's good to need somebody like I do need you. It's good to love somebody. It makes a day worthwhile. Hey, Joan, somebody, won't you give me just a little smile? One more Hey Joan, here we go. Hey Joan, somebody, won't you give me just a little smile? One more time, Tony. 3, 4. Hey Joan, somebody, won't you give me just a little smile? All right, that was the last song from Dad and the Monkey. I think it is just out now on streaming sites, or coming out. And now let's just go for let's end the set like we usually do. Let's go to hit. Back in the '60s, I wrote some hit songs, as I mentioned, and had written some country things that were successful, and then I wrote some rhythm and blues things that were successful, and then all of a sudden I wrote this song. I wrote a bigger hit, which I'll play after, but wrote this one day just playing these chords. and nothing really came out for quite a while. But it felt really great playing like that. And then when the first line came out from the song, I wrote the whole song. And I wrote that line down, and I had such a chill, and I sang it back to myself again, and same chill, and the rest of it came very fast. There'll be no strings to bind your hands, not if my love can't bind your heart. And there's no need to take a stand, it was I who chose to start. I see no need to take me home. I am old enough to face the dawn. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my cheek before you leave me, baby. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Then slowly turn away. Maybe the sun's light will be dimmed, and it won't matter anyhow. If morning's echo says we've sinned, honey, it was what we needed. And if we're victims of the night, I won't be blinded by the light. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my cheek before you leave, baby. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Then slowly turn away. I won't beg you to stay. Through the tears of the day, of the day, of the year, of the years. Oh baby, oh my baby, just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my cheek before you leave me, baby. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my cheek, touch my cheek, touch my cheek. Just call me angel of the morning. All right. Just before that was this one. Here we go. Two. Long wild thing. You make my heart sing. You make everything grooving. Come on, wild thing. Wild thing, I think I love you. But I wanna know for sure. Come on, come on. Hold me tight. I love you. Wild thing, shake it, baby. You make my heart sing. You make everything. John Platania, Johnny Boy. Wild thing, I think you moved me. But I wanna know for sure. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, hold me tight. You move, you wild, that wild thing. You make my heart sing. You make everything, everything, everything. Oh, you do, you do, you do, you do, you do. Come on, wild thing. You look so good, girl. You look so good. You look so good. Come on, wild thing. Shake it one time for me, baby. Okay, wild thing. Yeah, that took about 20 seconds to write, just about as long as it took to sing it here. Somebody asked me for a song, and I was so flattered. I hung up. He asked me to send over. He heard I was writing some good rock and roll songs. I was so flattered, I hung up the phone and wrote that. And, all right, take us to now. I got fortunate. This song I wrote for Prisoners become so successful. First, it was the first thing that broke it was several years ago, and it was about 5 or. That's the nice thing about streaming. Really, I must say, is that it used to be when you were on the radio, you put a record out, and your record would go up and down the charts, and it was over. And now with streaming, it's never over, because the people who decide what they like, not promotion man or anybody telling you what that. So this particular song was out for several years before anybody ever really heard it, and they wouldn't play it on the radio. About 5 years later, it went to number one on a playlist on Spotify, and then it just blew up all over the place. And I wrote it for Prisoners, so it makes me feel good. And it was a wonderful use of it 2 years back on Sex Education. So here it is. To be or not to be, too free or not too free, to crawl or not to crawl, fuck all those perfect people, to sleep or not to sleep, and to creep or not to creep, and some can't remember what others recall, and fuck all those perfect people, sleepy eyes and sleepy eyes waltzing through. No, I'm not talking about you, John. To stand or not to stand, and to plan or not to plan, and to stall or not to stall, fuck all those perfect people, to drink or not to drink, to think or not to think, he builds up the silence like the chalk on the wall. Fuck all those perfect people, sleepy eyes and sleepy eyes waltzing through. No, I'm not talking about you, John. To sway or not to sway, and to pray or not to pray, and Jesus died for something or nothing at all. Fuck all, thank you, John. Those perfect and sleepy eyes waltzing through. No, I'm not talking about you. All right, everybody. Thank you, John. Thank you, Tony. That was great. And Huck and Tom. One of the nice things is to be able to gather here. This is the first time we're out of lockdown. And Tony, I don't think you were quite far enough from John. You were plus 6 feet. You were 5.2. But we've been trying to be very. We've all been very careful, and this is the first time we've even taken a chance. We all wore our masks and stuff like that, and. But one of the problems is not being able to see you and play with you, play for you, and that's and I know that's the reason we all do the music, is to play for somebody who cares. And I've been playing for you people, all my friends and fans that might see this show. I miss you, and look forward to the day that we can be back together under good conditions. So be safe, and. Hope to see you all soon. Right, John? That's about the best we can do, right?
That's all we can do.
Tony? Good to see you. Thanks.
See you, Jim.
Yeah. Huck? Good? Okay.
All right.
Bye, everybody. Take care, Tom. There you are.
Our
Okay.
audience.
Bye, everybody.